Hello, everyone. It's Sunday, January 17th. So, we were just listening to the radio, or you read something? Were you reading
The
something?
newspaper. Yeah, it was on online. Yeah, online.
Okay, online news. Okay, so Sir David Attenborough, who almost everyone on the planet knows as a great spokesperson for the natural world, did all of his series, has been a very consistent voice that we need to protect nature and why we need to do that. Just came out recently and said, he's running out of time. He's 84 years, 94 years old. Still going pretty strong, but who knows what the doctor's telling him, right? So he came out recently and said, I'm running out of time. We have to save the natural world. We, meaning him and anybody who agrees with him. Okay. So this is a sad moment. We're about to lose, as what should happen in a person's natural life. We're about to lose one of our greatest voices for preservation of nature and why we should do that. I don't know what to say, right? I can't say anything that he hasn't said better. So I'm not going to appeal to anybody to take up the torch for Sir David Attenborough and run with this and make great documentaries and try and get, he's been doing that his entire life. He did that very effectively. Everybody understands at this point what we're up against. Everybody understands the problem and what we're supposed to do. We're not doing it, obviously. Nobody is. I'm sitting here right now watching people on a Sunday drive up and down the road in front of my house in their cars, and they're not doing it. So I could say, before David Attenborough dies, you should heed his warnings. I could say, I just said that. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Before David Attenborough dies, heed his warning. And after he dies, in honor of his great life's work and achievements, you should incorporate into your thinking the message he gave us and the warning that he's been giving us more recently about climate change, global warming, and the sixth mass extinction, right? You should do that. But I know that you're not going to. You're not. You are not going to do that. You haven't yet, and you're not going to. Now, good for him being optimistic and saying, we can all do this. We can still turn the corner. We can preserve nature. We can stop this mass extinction. We can control the course of climate change. We can stop global heating. He says those things because he is an optimistic person, and he's of course, obviously, he's brilliant and he's influential, and he has to say these things. I don't have to say these things, and I think we need other voices. That now, at the end of his long career of saying saying what needs to be said and encouraging people and being nice about it, now we need other voices. It's the 11th hour. At the end of his life, he is telling us, I'm done. You have to fix this. And I know it's not going to happen. And it's not going to happen because of his work. It's not going to happen because of his death. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to do it. And I know that. I know you're not going to do it. And you might say, well, why come on this video and castigate all of us because we're not going to do it? Me. Okay, I know you're not going to do it. What I'm here for is to tell you what happens because you're not going to do it. He said it in his address. He said, you're dependent on nature for every breath of air you inhale. You're dependent on nature for your food. You're dependent on nature for the rain that brings water to your watersheds so you can have water in your cities and your crops. You're dependent on nature for all of this. It's true. Most people don't know that. Most people don't get their water from nature. They get it from a tap. Most people don't get their food from nature. They get their food from the supermarket, and so on down the line of all the things that you're actually dependent upon for survival. You don't see those as coming from nature. You've been propagandized. You've lost your mind. You've lost your mind. You can't find your mind with both hands. David Attenborough trying to appeal to you, trying to convince you that your survival depends on these things isn't going to work because you've lost your mind. You can't find your mind with both hands. And I know that. And I'm prepared to say that. And as a result of your stubbornness and your continued neglect of this massive problem, because of that, you are going down, my dear. And I would say this to my own child. I would say, because of your neglect, because you didn't take care of yourself, because you thought every day was a party, because you didn't cultivate relationships with people, you didn't have friends, you didn't have community, because every day was just drugs and sex and music and partying and all this. Because you did all that, now you're done. Now you're addicted. Now your kidneys have failed. Now all the support systems that are supposed to keep you alive are failing you. And good luck getting a liver transplant. Good luck getting a heart-lung transplant, because you're going down. And I would say that to my child. I would sit my child down and I would say, you've had, whatever long decades you've had of abusing your body. Now you're done. Bye. So I'm saying that to you. You're not my child. I don't owe you anything. And you don't owe me. You don't have to pay attention to me, or you don't owe me anything. But I'm just going to tell you anyway. Sit down. You've been abusing your planet. You've been abusing all the systems that keep you alive. You've just been pissing everywhere, shitting everywhere, destroying everything, laughing the entire time. Big fucking party. You're done. I don't know what to say except that you're done. I don't even know why I'm bothering to say it. You're done. It's the last thing I'm going to say to you, because you're done, okay? I'm not going to tell you to stop the partying, stop the flying, stop the driving, stop the consumption. I'm not going to tell you to stop the propaganda and the brainwashing. It's too late to stop all of that now.
The lies.
Now you're done. You're just done. You did all that. You crapped in the punch bowl, and now you're done. So what I will say is exactly what I would tell my child when their liver is failing. Make peace with yourself in the universe. Whether that's to making peace with God or fate or the stars or the planets or whatever that means to you, make your peace. And try to exit with dignity. How's that? You couldn't live your life with dignity. How about you just end it with dignity? Is that okay? Is that too much of an ask? Because that's the only advice I have for you now. Try to exit this shit show with some dignity.
Wait, I have one other thing to say, if that's the end, because I wanted to say one thing that he said at the end, and it was very powerful, because he said it, and he said, there's a whole article. I'll just tell you the name of the article. It's called David Attenborough's Heartbreaking Plea After Admitting I Don't Have Long Left. And I think it's an older article, actually. He talked about it. It has some dates that are a while back, but it's all the same issue. But what I thought was the most moving thing he said at the end, it's a good article, but he said that in the end, he added that not enough work has been done in his lifetime to prevent the devastating effects of climate change. He said, my generation is no great example for understanding. We have done terrible things. He said that.
My generation too.
That's 90s. That's the 90s.
He's 94. I'm
in
in my early 60s.
We know Donald Trump's
30-year difference.
Right. And my generation.
It's been going on for at least two generations. His generation, my generation.
He's our parents' generation. He's our generation.
30 years younger than me.
Right. He's our parents.
It's
our parents. We're the baby boomers. He's the parents of the boomers.
Yeah. 3 generations.
It's the baby boomers. And we are doing just as bad. Look at Donald Trump. He's my generation.
Okay,
and so that was it.
I didn't want to go this.
Well,
I didn't want to go down this route.
I just wanted to say
this is not adding to my message. I just delivered my message.
Okay.
My message is goodbye. Okay? My message is sorry you fucked up your life. Make peace with the universe.
Right, but
because you're done.
But what I was just saying,
try to exit with some dignity, whatever that means to you. I think we all know what that means
I
individually.
mean,
Just
no fossil
figure
fuels.
that out. No, I can't care anymore what people do. It's done. Don't you understand? Done. You still think in your optimistic
fine.
fiber that you're going to save the world. You're not. Sir David Attenborough couldn't save this world right now.
Right.
He has no way to do this. And you can't do this either. And I'm not standing here, both feet in reality. I'm going to listen to this hogwash.
Fine. And what Kat said is no longer
It's done.
solving climate
Make
change.
your peace with the universe. Make your peace with the universe. You're done.
Cope. Learn to cope. That's what he says. Coping.
Okay, if you want to do something besides just make your peace with the universe, then learn to cope. Okay, maybe somebody will survive if enough of us learn to cope with what's coming. But you're not ready for what's coming. The optimistic mind cannot contain the horrors that are coming.
Right.
I can contain the horrors because I am shorn of optimism. I'm just dealing with reality
And you've
now.
got your ear to the ground.
I am a
you know
scientist
what's going
dealing with
on.
reality. I know what's coming. I cannot afford to be optimistic.
Right.
I just have to admit what's coming.
And
I know what's coming. It's already here. You're in trouble. You don't even know it. I suggest you make your peace with the universe.
Okay. Well, all right. That's it. All right.